coverage you can count on. KOMU 8 News starts now.
You hear those fans? The Lombardi Trophy coming back to Missouri following a 38-35 Chiefs win over the Philadelphia Eagles in Super Bowl 57. Fans around mid-Missouri are crowding stores to stock up now on all of that Super Bowl champion gear ahead of the big parade later this week. Pretty exciting stuff.
Yes, I love it.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Emily Spain.
And I'm Evie Allen. Thanks so much for joining us today. We're also happy to have Emily back, of course. Well, we are going to hand it off to KMU 8 Sports Director Ben Arnett. Now, Ben, this is the third year in a row for a former Mizzou player that has been a Super Bowl champion. Wow.
Yeah, 2 years ago, Blaine Gabbert. Last year, Kendall Blanton. And this year, it's Nick Bolton winning his first career Super Bowl ring. The All-SEC linebacker here made plenty of big plays at Mizzou, but last night in Arizona, Bolton made a play so big he earned a spot on the Today Show this morning. It may have been this play that ultimately sparked the Chiefs. Bolton perfectly playing the edge against the mobile Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts, scooping up the loose ball and becoming the first former Tiger ever to score a touchdown in the Super Bowl. And can you believe Bolton actually dreamed this might happen a couple of days before the game?
I guess 2 nights ago, 3 nights ago now. Yeah, man, I dreamed about the scenario, man, kind of exactly how it happened, man. So, man, it was a surreal moment, man. Once I got in the end zone, I don't know, man. I didn't know what to expect, man. Maybe it was a flag down. It was just like a surreal moment for me, man. We needed it in order to get the win.
Now, Bolton almost had a second touchdown return that was called back on a penalty. Hear more from Nick later this evening on KOMU 8 News at 6.
Okay, thanks, Ben.
Well, coming off their third Super Bowl win in franchise history, Chiefs fans were quick to purchase their part of history.
Yeah, KOMU 8's Harrison Vapnik is here in the studio with how fans last night reacted after this big win, Harrison.
Yeah, Emily, after the game, hundreds of Chiefs fans in Columbia traveled to Academy Sports to collect their brand new championship gear. Academy stocked up more than 8,000 t-shirts, hats, hoodies, and everything else Chiefs related. The store last night said they were staying open until every last fan had their brand new championship gear. One fan says he never would have expected this success from the Chiefs.
I tell my kids, I said, you know, growing up in the 60s and 70s, Chiefs never went this far, and to do 2 and 4 years, man, it's great.
Other stores in Columbia, such as Rally House, expect to have their Chiefs championship gear in stock this week. Reporting in the studio, Harrison Vapnik, KOMU 8 News.
The Chiefs coverage doesn't end there. A KOMU 8 News crew is heading to Kansas City to cover the Chiefs victory parade on Wednesday. That parade kicks off at noon. It will last approximately an hour and a half. You can stay updated on the parade on air and on our website, KOMU.com. How's the weather looking out there, Matt?
Looking.
Hey, thanks, Matt. Here's what's happening right now. According to Boone County Joint Communications Twitter, there's a collision on Highway 40. That crash is near Cunningham and all lanes are blocked. BCJC is asking drivers to use caution and to avoid that area if you can. Or Moberly has a new place to eat, but it's a different kind of cafe. It's using baked goods to give back to the community. KOMU 8's Tia Maggio has more on the cafe's roots to helping children in foster care. Tia.
Rooted 242 is a nonprofit organization that provides resources and a safe space for families and children aging out of the foster care system. The organization has a 3-phase plan, and when it's fully completed, the building will not only serve as a cafe, but also include a space for training, supervised visitations, and independent living apartments above the cafe to house youth coming out of the system. Executive Director Amy Martell says it's the greatest reward.
A teenager grow from not knowing what their path looks like to having a sure path. They can change the trajectory of their life in months and be able to completely change what their path could have looked like.
The organization says the family support space next to the cafe should be completed in the next 30 to 40 days. In the studio, Tia Maggio, KOMU 8 News.
Well, the state's largest workers' compensation company could move into the private sector. Missouri Employers Mutual has legislation in both the House and Senate to move the company from public to private. Previous legislation aimed at making the move failed back in 2012. A company spokesperson says the move could help the business and policyholders.
We believe this move will enable MEM to be more competitive, and competition is good. It will force all of the carriers in Missouri to fight harder to win business and to be more competitive. We think that means lowering rates or offering more value-added services.
The Columbia-based company employs about 300 people. The Missouri Senate will hear Bill 181 tomorrow in committee, which would authorize Missouri Employers Mutual to be private starting in 2025.
Well, Columbia Public School Board is set to meet tonight. Several recommendations to improve student learning outcomes are on the agenda. New Solutions K-12 will be presenting suggestions to the board. CPS is partnering with them to create a review of the district's special and regular education services. Their resolutions hope to increase support for teachers who face behavioral issues in the classroom. They also hope to relaunch iReady assessments. Superintendent Brian Yearwood will present an update on iReady test results. Well, we have an update on the case of Callaway County Sheriff Clay Chisholm. A court day has been set for August 10th. Now, Sheriff Chisholm was arrested in Moberly on suspicion of driving while intoxicated. When an officer arrived on scene, they found an Open Mike's Harder alcoholic drink in the vehicle. A preliminary hearing is set for July 31st, with the court ordering 45 jurors to sit in on the trial. Here's what's happening right now. According to a memo from the Pentagon, the unidentified flying object that was shot down in Canada Saturday appeared to be a, quote, small metallic balloon with a tethered payload beneath it. According to the memo, the object crossed near U.S. sensitive sites before it was shot down. The U.S. military also shot another high-flying object. Now, it happened Sunday, and this is the fourth takedown in 8 days. Officials are divided on how to handle future objects. President Joe Biden ordered the takedown after military officials were concerned it was a flight hazard. One representative questions the actions of the government in handling the objects in the sky.
Why it's taking so long for number one, for me personally, to identify these objects. Two, why is it taking so long for them to be shot down?
Some officials disagree, saying the weather caused roadblocks in access.
The truth is that we haven't been able to gain access to the three that were shot down Friday, Saturday, and yesterday, in large part because of the weather conditions.
Lawmakers are pushing for a briefing on the flying objects. The Pentagon is still searching for debris and answers about their purpose. However, officials say these takedowns show no indication of aliens. Still to come, an update to the investigation into former President Donald Trump. New reports are on their way.
Plus, for one Missouri kid, how dreams really do come true.
And a windy day for tomorrow, gusts up to 45 miles per hour. My forecast is coming up.
And you're taking a live look over Columbia and Highway 63 there. Your time is 5:07 on your Monday. This is KOMU 8 News, first at 5, coverage you can count on.
New video released on the Turkey earthquake shows the moment the 7.8 magnitude earthquake hit the city. It hit last Monday.
People felt the quakes across southeast Turkey and parts of Syria just before dawn. Take a look here at this video. Security footage showed buildings shaking. Some completely collapsed in just seconds. Rescue workers are still pulling survivors from that rubble a week later now. This is the deadliest earthquake in Turkey since 1939.
Well, the death toll from the earthquakes in Turkey and Syria passed 35,000 today. It has now surpassed Turkey's deadliest quake in 1999. People are living in the streets and lighting fires to stay warm. Rescuers halted operations over the weekend in Syria. They're expected to come to a close in Turkey soon.
Authorities are releasing portions of a jury report looking into former President Donald Trump. The investigation addresses his role in the 2020 election. The court order will allow 3 sections of the report to be released Thursday. The jurors expressed concern that unidentified witnesses may have lied under oath. Authorities won't release the rest of the report until the investigation is over.
The Chiefs are going to Super Bowl so bad. Woo!
Coming up next, one Chiefs fan that had the experience of a lifetime at the Super Bowl.
And it's going to be a windy Tuesday. Wind advisories in effect for all of central Missouri. Talking the wind gusts, talking the rain coming up.
A 12-year-old boy from Missouri witnessed history last night at the Super Bowl. It's all thanks to Make-A-Wish.
KSDK's Mercedes McKay has the story on one Chiefs fan whose wish came true.
The Chiefs are going to Super Bowl so bad. Woo!
It's been the experience of a lifetime for Cottleville native Gavin Meyer.
Honestly, it just makes my heart so happy. I'm speechless.
The 12-year-old has Duchenne muscular dystrophy, a battle that his mom, Barbara, says is lifelong.
Gavin has to get weekly infusions, and lately it's been a little tough for him.
But once he found out that he would be in the stadium to watch his favorite team fight for the biggest trophy of the year, this big grin hasn't come off Gavin's face.
From the moment he walked in that studio to seeing him now here, he hasn't stopped smiling.
He's happy all the time, but this has just took him to another level. Really helps us know that someone cares and that they're with us through this battle.
Make-A-Wish Missouri and Kansas partner with the NFL to create an unforgettable itinerary for Gavin and 16 other kids just like him.
Our Wish kids are our heroes. They inspire us in everything we do every single day.
From a private behind-the-scenes tour of State Farm Stadium to Top Golf to even hanging out with some of the NFL's biggest stars.
Gavin met Manny Jones and decided that was his new BFF. They took lots of pictures together, played ping pong.
It's dances and laughs like these that Make-A-Wish hopes Gavin will take with him forever.
I'm hoping that when days are tough and when Gavin needs a little bit of a boost, he can look back on this experience and truly just give him that extra step to go and conquer anything.
From a kiss on the shoulder to a picture on the field. It's all these special moments from the week that remind Barbara her family isn't alone.
It kind of makes me a little teary-eyed. I can never thank Make-A-Wish enough for this amazing experience.
United Airlines is providing more training for their pilots after a flight went down. The plane dove more than 1,400 feet in 20 seconds in December. It happened just 1 minute after the plane took off from Maui's airport in Hawaii. Pilots were able to pull the aircraft out of its fall. The FAA conducted an investigation after United Airlines reported it. However, they still don't have a reason for the incident.
Experts are calling for change when it comes to treating behavioral health care for children. More than 28,000 children visited the ER with mental health issues. Less than a third of those kids had outpatient mental health visits within 7 days. Only 55% had a follow-up visit within 30 days. Pediatricians say there has been a surge of need since the pandemic.
We'll have one more check of your forecast next.
Now here's a quick recap of our top story today.
KMU8's Harrison Vatnick is in studio with a look at how quick Chiefs fans purchased their part of history. Harrison.
Evie, after the big game last night, hundreds of Chiefs fans in Columbia traveled over to Academy Sports to collect their brand new championship gear. Academy Sports stocked up with more than 8,000 combined t-shirts, hats, hoodies, and everything else Chiefs related. The store last night said they were staying open until every last fan had their brand new championship gear. Make sure you pick up your championship gear before they fly off the shelves. We're reporting live in the studio. Harrison Vatnick, KMU8 News.
Let's look at what we're following for KMU8 News at 6. Speaking of that big game, players were slipping and sliding at the Super Bowl last night.
That's right. Find out if the top type of grass had anything to do with it and get the reaction from those involved. That's tonight at 6.
Temperatures tomorrow starting in the 40s. We'll get to the 50s. Not a whole lot of movement happening there during the day. Best rain chances happening in the morning and midday hours. We'll get drier in the afternoon. It's another mild one on Wednesday. Colder to end the week.
Colder it doesn't feel like February.
It does not.
I'm okay with it.
Very April forecast.
We'll take it.